kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
When I say, who's the master? You say, so no.
What is up, guys? Show Enough the King here, back with another video, and today I am beginning my favorite series of the year. This will be my McFarlane Toys Top 10 of 2021. Yes, we are at the final stages of 2021. It has been one whirlwind roller coaster ride, and I like to take the time at the end of the year to reflect on everything that's happened before, to go over and revisit some of my favorite toys that I've actually played with and owned for 2021. Now, this is the format that we're going to be using, and then we're going to jump straight into the actual countdown. There will be 3 videos this year. First, the one that you're watching, which is the McFarlane Toys Top 10. And for this, it just needs to be anything that was produced by McFarlane Toys. Does not have to be classified to a specific brand, which means it can be Avatar, it could be DC, it could be Spawn. Anything that McFarlane produces can be on this top 10 countdown. Also, stay tuned because next week I will be uploading my top 10 Marvel Legends of 2021. And then on January 1st, I will be doing my annual room tour. This will be an opportunity for you guys to see the upgrades and all the things that I've done to my man cave, including any new action figure setups, any new video game setups, things of that nature. All right, so without further ado, let's get into this review. And coming up first, we have a honorable mention. I just really wanted to quickly give a quick shout out to the Azrael and Batman armor. This was a figure that I was able to pick up in 2021. And again, I just love the paint apps on here. McFarlane has a really good sense when it comes to touching the detail to his sculpts. Again, his articulation is not always the best, but you can always count on him to make sure that this figure looks top notch. And I especially love his bigger figures, as you will be able to see in the rest of this countdown. So again, the golds, the blacks, the armor, and the Azrael sword that he has in his hand, everything about this figure is pretty spot on. Again, just unfortunately, it was slightly edged out by the next entry. And coming in at number 10, we have the DC Multiverse Justice League Cyborg. Again, this is the Zack Snyder Cyborg, not to be confused with the Teen Titans Cyborg. Again, you can obviously take a look at that and tell. But the reason why I wanted to go ahead and show some love to this Zack Snyderverse Cyborg is simply because I am a huge fan of the Zack Snyder's Justice League. That was a film that finally got released this year, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to show some love to Zack Snyder because I really appreciated what he did for cinema and what he actually did for the character of Cyborg. Now, this figure itself has a lot of great sculpt details once you take a quick look at it. And again, from the shiny metallic version that we got in the movie, I think it was represented very well in this actual figure itself, especially with the head sculpt. The head sculpt itself is actually very spot on. It's using that photorealistic technology. Even the metal, it just looks very warped and non-perfect, which is exactly what you expect from Cyborg when you know his body being controlled by the mother box, has the ability to change, and it comes with an actual blaster attachment that you can put on his arm. The articulation on this is solid, especially for a McFarlane toy. So again, this is why I decided to put this one in at number 10. And coming in at number 9, you know, if we got Cyborg, we're going to have Darkseid. We have the McFarlane Toys Snyderverse Darkseid. Again, love Zack Snyder and his Snyderverse Justice League film. And when I found out that this was not only getting the Snyder cut, that we were also going to be getting the Snyderverse figures, I had to make sure that I picked up this Darkseid. Now, again, I will say from bare bones, this the best Darkseid that we've seen? Absolutely not. I think Storm Collectibles has the market cornered on the top-notch dark side, but I definitely wanted to make sure I showed this one some love. Now, I have seen some versions out here floating around where the Omega symbol is showing in the chest, and this is actually covered up in the blue, but again, on this particular one, it did not have it. Again, I love that it came with his staff. Again, I love the blues, the grays, and the granite look to dark side. The only thing that could have made this better is if they had like some sort of like Omega beam effect, but again, for a $20-$30 figure, it's not bad at all, and that's why it got my number 9 spot. And coming in at number 8, we have the McFarlane Toys Batman Beyond Terry McGinnis. God dang. Man, oh man, when I saw this one come out, I knew I had to have it. Batman Beyond was one of my favorite cartoons of the 90s. I watched it every weekend when it came out on the WB. Again, this figure is matching it perfectly. I love the reds. I love the blacks. I love the fact that his wings can be moved up and down and ported into his actual arms. He comes with digitalized batarangs. Again, he comes with another version of him that actually comes with effect pieces in his feet to show that he's like flying around the place. Again, this was an amazing release from McFarlane, and I cherish it. Sitting right high in my display case, and that's why this one comes in at number 8. All right, coming in at number 7, we have our first Spawn entry. This is the McFarlane Toys Spawn the Clown. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And I have to say, I'm a little ashamed that this is coming in at number 7 versus coming in at the top half of the list, but this is a very good reason for this. So if you guys are actually looking at the backpack that the clown has on his back, it actually comes with 2 additional pieces, which are these massive like cannons that are supposed to be like this absurd like arsenal of weapons that shoot all over the place. And I pull it out of the box, and these things just do not fit well on this figure. Again, they hang, they droop, they send them off balance. It was so bad that I had to actually just pull them off, and which is why you only see the rocket attached to his head. Now, that does not take away from the brilliant sculpt, the details that was associated with this figure. And again, I can actually bring this off so you guys can take a quick look, since I didn't get a chance to review this figure. Again, you can see the paint detail and the teeth, the jaw. The paint is just like all scruffy. He came with a knife, a rusty knife. He came with a rusty razor blade, and he came with the host of those accessories on the actual figure itself. I even love the like 80s punk rock style jacket he has on. They're very sharp edges. You can really hurt yourself with this figure, but I love it. This was, again, took me right back to the 90s when I used to watch HBO Spawn show. I used to collect the comics. So again, I had to make sure he was on the list, and that's why the clown is at number. And coming in at number 6, we have the Todd McFarlane Toys Hellbat Armor. Man, oh man. So let's talk about it. All right, for those who don't know, the Hellbat Armor is a armor that was designed for Batman. I believe the Justice League had some hand in creating it, and it actually gave Batman the edge when he had his fight with Darkseid. He was able to stand up to Darkseid. He still ended up losing, but it was a modern marvel. So Todd McFarlane did an amazing job bringing this to toy form. As you can see here, down here, we have the jet boosters. We have the magma red colors going through it, which kind of gives it the aesthetic of hell. Again, the size itself is very, very tall for like a 7-inch scale figure. Again, I love the shoulder pads with the spikes. I love the overall sculpt and detail that was put into this feature, into this figure. And again, if we take it off, I even so love the expansion on his wings that you get that a lot of people don't talk about. Now, again, they poured in with this little back piece here, but once you do that, you can do kind of poses where you can get him into positions like this, where his wings are expanded, and he looks very menacing. I super duper love this figure, and that's why I gave it the number 6 spot. All right, we are at the halfway point. Coming in at number 5, we have Green Lantern, not Hal Jordan, John Stewart. Yes, so we had the Jon Stewart, again, a figure that came out in 2021. McFarlane had already been killing it with Green Lantern figures, and once I saw we had the Jon Stewart where it had him conjuring the minigun with the backpack, I had to make sure that I picked it up. And again, I represent the brothers, so I made sure I got Jon Stewart. Again, I don't have any issues with Hal Jordan. I just think that Jon Stewart was who I grew up watching when I watched Justice League Unlimited. So again, that's who I decided to go with my pick, which is the Green Lantern, Jon Stewart. Again, you can take a look at the actual conjured with his ring, the minigun. It looks amazing. Again, if we take it off, you can see the scope detail in the actual minigun. He's able to hold it. The only thing that could have been better is if the actual handle on the actual minigun spent. It doesn't spin, again, but the figure itself looks pretty good. The details in his face look amazing. I love this figure so much. I actually wish that Todd McFarlane would actually come out with a Green Lantern accessory pack where it's just nothing but a bunch of constructs that you can do. And again, I would buy that in a heartbeat. Just a bunch of constructs that you can buy that you can add on to your Green Lanterns no matter what one you choose. All right, so that's why Jon Stewart gets my number 5 spot. Okay, coming in at number 4, we have our second McFarlane entry in the Spawn verse. We have Gunslinger Spawn from Todd McFarlane, McFarlane Toys. This thing is a beaut. Again, I think this was a perfect mixture of McFarlane coming out and relaunching his Spawn brand. And again, I don't think this is a better figure that could have been done. Again, we have removable rifle on the back. We have removable 6-shooters on both legs. Again, it matches all the great Spawn aesthetics, but at the same time, it has that cowboy feel. And again, as a throwback, I don't know if you guys remember, there was this Spawn multiplayer video game back on a Dreamcast, and the Spawn was in that game, and I loved using him. Again, I love the intricate details that we have here. And if I take them off, again, you can see here the gun belt itself with the bullets. They look fantastic. Again, like I said, the 6-shooters themselves look very well done. As you can see here, the deco and the actual face look amazing. Removable holster for the rifle. The only thing they could have done better is make it so that the hat could come off. But again, overall, for a 20-some-odd figure, this thing was absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see what they release in Wave 2 of the Spawn from Todd McFarlane. And that's why it got my number 4 spot. All right, coming in at number 3, we have McFarlane Toys Gorilla Grodd from Injustice Gods Among Us. I know people are probably shocked. I mean, I'm shocked myself that I enjoyed this figure so much. I saw it when it was first announced on Instagram by Todd himself, and I knew I had to have it. And once I actually got it in hand, I was even more impressed. I'm impressed with the mold, the face sculpts, the joints, the articulation for a figure this big. Again, and the toughness and sturdiness of it as well, because I have this up on one of my top shelves, and this thing has fallen off of the shelf quite a few times, and it actually still holds up pretty tough. And again, I'm going to go ahead and take him off the spinner just so you guys can get a look at some of these details in the face. Again, the eyes, the head. I love the gold and the armor. Again, I love even the small details to the skulls. And again, Todd loves the spikes. So again, he definitely nailed it. And again, you would think that Gorilla Grodd is just like this giant brute, but you don't even realize that this guy has psychic abilities as well, which makes him a double threat. He has the strength of a gorilla, but also has psionic powers as well. So again, this is why I love me some Gorilla Grodd. Now, the only thing I could have wished for a little bit more is if they probably had like some sort of psionic effects that they could have gave to him. But again, if you just take a look at this in its just entirety, this is a fantastic figure, and it was definitely worth getting the number 3 spot. All right, coming in at number 2, we have the Todd McFarlane Kickstarter Spawn. Now, let's get one thing out of the way real quick. I know everybody hates the cape and they hate that there's no ab crunch, but I don't care. I was a child of the 90s and I loved Spawn. And I absolutely needed to get this one, and I needed to have it with the cape like we got back in the original 90s packaging. Again, could Todd have made some improvements to the cape to make it more malleable for 2020, 2021? Yes, but again, you have this world that we live in now where custom capes are available. And I actually have purchased some custom capes so that I can switch it out with my second version of this because I got more than one Spawn, and that'll be that. But let's talk about the figure. We got real chain. We got superb necroplasm effects. We got massive amounts of guns. The sculpt for Spawn is amazing. Let's bring it up in for the close-up. Look at that. Real chains, amazing face sculpt, a head sculpt that you can actually switch out to an Al Simmons or a Necro Spawn. Again, multiple other necroplasm effects and guns. This thing is amazing from head to toe. I had to have it. I got it, and I will never let it go. So again, this is why Spawn Kickstarter got my #2 spot. And coming in at #1, we have McFarlane Toys, The Violator. Yes, 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 yes. So look, guys, I mean, this thing speaks for itself. The paint apps, the grungy look, again, the bone spurs in his hands and his claws, all very sharp, can very much hurt you. Todd knocked it out of the park this year with his figure. It was a Target exclusive. I had to have it. I think I got like 2 or 3 of them. Look at the red in his pupils. Each individual in his eye has its own honeycomb-shaped look to it. The gangly long mouth like you saw in the show. And again, like in a movie, he was like, you know, skinny and tall, but in this version, he's like buff and strong. Look at the bone spurs on his back. I mean, this thing is amazing. And it stays in the same motif of the original Violator. And again, I love how it sizes up when you put it next to the Mortal Kombat Spawn, as you see here. And then I'll bring in the Gunslinger Spawn here on the side as well, so you see here. And again, the Gunslinger Spawn is a little bit bigger, but again, this Violator still stands tall and above both of those figures. I love this thing so much, and I had to make it my #1, and that is the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit bell notifications, and thumbs up the video. Again, getting my word out is very important. And again, stay tuned because the next video that will be uploaded will be my top 10 Marvel Legends. So I will see you on the flip side. Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids.